Hello, please allow me to specially welcome you to the very first episode of Building Your Life from the Scratch. My name is Uzochukwu Akoma. You can call me Yuzi. For those of you who are new to the channel, stay with me as we intentionally build life together. Okay, first, before I go into what we have for today, I would love to know how you are doing. How are you doing? And I hope you're fine. How was your day? How is everything going? I hope life is treating you fair enough. And I hope that, in this year, 2026, you are preparing to, go to another level of your life or to strive to get to another height, another new height in your life. And I pray God will help you. Okay. God will help you. And definitely He will help you to, become the best that you wish to become this year. In this first episode, we are going to be talking about the three major things you should be conscious of when you are building your life from the scratch. Okay, so this we're going to learn three things you should be conscious of when you are building your life from the scratch. And the first thing you should be conscious of is you should be conscious of your spirit, you should be conscious of your body, and you should be conscious of your environment. That's your surrounding, things around you, things happening around you. So, but firstly, we're going to start from being spiritually conscious or being conscious of your spirit. And I would define being conscious of your spirit as being sensitive to the forces and energy that surrounds your soul. So it means you have to be sensitive to the forces and energy that surrounds your soul, because we know that the soul or our spirit is it comes like a sensation, or it has a connection to the surrounding at which we are in. The way things we hear affect our spirit, things we say can affect someone's spirit. That's why sometimes you can say something that hurts someone. You can say something that kills someone. It kills their spirit. So I will define it as being sensitive to the forces and energy that surrounds your soul. So these forces can be good and bad, okay? They can be good and bad. They can be good forces, they can be bad forces. The Bible says we should guard our hearts, and you understand? So if we don't learn to guard our hearts in order to know what comes into our heart, we might destroy our spirit. So you can be alive, but you're dead. All right, so up next is being conscious of your body, okay? It's very important that you become conscious of your body over time, okay? Aside being conscious of the spirit, you have to be conscious of your body. And I'll define being conscious of your body as being sensitive to the physical, mental, emotional, and possibly social state of your body. Okay, but I'll just leave it at physical, mental, and emotional state of your body. So being conscious of your body is simply just being conscious of those three things. Okay, so when we're talking about being conscious of the physical sides of your body, we're talking about being conscious of your personal hygiene, things you do to keep your body clean, your shaving, your bathing, your personal care items, getting your perfumes, getting your shaving bigs, clippers, roll-ons, putting all those things together. You're being conscious of yourself. So it is just talking about the physical well-being of your body. Okay, and then the emotional side of it is talking about you being able to regulate your emotions. Okay, you knowing when you're sad, when you're angry, when you're fueled, or you're having a panic attack, anxieties, when you feel loved, when you feel different emotions. So it's just being sensitive about those things. Take for example, you are angry and you are somewhere, maybe you're angry with your spouse, or you're angry with your friend, or you're angry with someone. You can just detect that you'll be upset with this and you can walk away on time. So it's just being able to be sensitive to these things, being conscious that you need to control them even when you have them. Okay, you have to contain them, because I know sometimes you cannot really control some levels of emotional outbursts and all that, but it's just you being conscious that, okay, I can control this, or I need to learn how to manage these things. Okay, so when we're talking about emotional sides of it in the body. Being conscious of your body, emotional sides is all about emotional triggers and how to manage them or control them. Okay. And then when we're talking about the mental sides, it's all about, the intellectual capacity, what you read, what you study, things. Is just, if I let me just break the mental states down. It's more like being able to understand how healthy your mind is or how quick it is, in the sense that, okay, um in order for me to be healthy in my mind, is just talking about being able to keep your mind in a in a very much better position to process informations, and also putting your mind in a state of peace instead of trouble. I'm just trying to make it much easier. Okay, so it's more like being able to know when to act and know when not to act. Okay, so your mind is just like uh, what helps control or make decisions. So is where we will judge your intellectual capacity, is where we judge your decision making, your thought no, please forgive me, your thought process. Okay, it's more like you think of it, you do it. That's where all the calculations goes on. You understand? And lastly on our list is being conscious of your environment. Okay, being conscious of your environment. Now, being conscious of your environment, I would define it as being sensitive to the environment around you, the things around you. Okay, things around you, being conscious of them, being intentional and conscious of them. Remember, if I say conscious, I mean you're being intentional, you are aware, you are conscious of what is going on around you. And then this can be broken down into spaces. Okay, being conscious of your spaces, like my room, being conscious of this room, being conscious of any place you live, your surrounding, how neat or arranged or coordinated it is. You have to check out for those things. And also your environment in terms of security, checking someone's movements or observing or noticing what is happening around you. So environment is just broadly expandable, in the sense that it can be your room space, which it is your room space. In fact, the environment I'm to talk about right now is any space at which you accommodate, or any space at which you find yourself existent in. So you have to arrange your room, dress your bed, make sure that everything is intact, make sure that your room is swept or the house is swept. It's just talking about the environment, things around you. You have to be conscious, you have to be sensitive enough to know how to treat them or how to put them whenever you are present in those spaces. So that's all we have. That's all I have for this video, and I hope you learned something. Okay, never forget the three major things you should be conscious of when building your life is your spirit, your body, and the environment around you. Very, very important. So when you have your spirit, for Christians, you pray, you be sensitive to words, in the sense that you know what should come in and what shouldn't. And the Bible will help you understand things that should come into, like the kind of things you should believe and the kind of things you shouldn't believe. So you should be spiritually discerning. You should be able to discern things spiritually. You should be able to be sensitive to things that you watch, sensitive to things that you say, being careful of everything. So you make sure that your spirit, you are conscious of what comes in and what goes out. And then your body, you are conscious of the way you treat your physical body. You're conscious of the way you take care of it. You're conscious of your mental state. That's what you choose to study, what you choose to do. And you're also conscious of your emotional states, how to regulate your emotions. You know when you're angry, you know when you're sad, you know how to regulate them, you know how to take good care of them. So you need to be conscious of these things and begin to work on them as well. Okay, so we'll do all those kind of things. And then maybe in another video I might make, or I will show us how to, from my own experience, how I control some of these things and put them in their places and get them to not control me sometimes. So thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for staying this long. It's really amazing to be part of the community, to join us and all that. So God bless you.